So here we are, the final game of the pool stages at Mudgeeraba Nerang Cricket Club. We got the Australia champions out there batting the Western Swingers from Sydney. One of the favourites for this tournament. They're completing the pool stages against CoCo Ruff, who are yet to get up so far. So still a chance for CoCo Ruff to make it through to the next round. If they actually, there's not now, not with that last result, Andy, apologies. So not much for them to play for, but everything for the Swingers to play for to maximise their finishing position. They'll be wanting to avoid the top teams by finishing as high as possible.
They'll just be wanting to get a few of their guys to continue the form that they've been in as well. We've got Nazir Shinwari, so he started this innings off with a 4. He'd be one of the better players in this really stacked Western Swingers side. And he's joined by Gus Sloan, who's another one of the LMS Australia representatives that's playing here today. He's the player of the match in the semi-final at the World Cup against the winners, Bangladesh. Very, very good player, Gus Sloan. He's off the mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, Andy, just having a look at these, just as all the results are coming in now, Western Swingers looking to maximise their finishing position here. If they will be targeting a 10-point win here. Reminder that 2 points are available to one of these two sides if you win by more than 20% or you lose by less than 20%. They'll be trying to get up there into the top 3 of this tournament. It depends on their net run rate. They could finish second. But it's all shaping up in terms of who will be playing who in the round of 16.
Do you know much about the opponents here, CoCo Ruff?
Don't know so much about them, but I'll pull in our residents analysis and provide you with some information.
So we've got Welly, who's opening up the bowling. He's got 55 wickets, average 25, economy 7. So good Kiwi player. So he bounced back fairly well there after hitting 4 on the first delivery.
So the other Kiwi side in the tournament is obviously Champagne Cricket Club, who've had a very solid tournament so far. They're the Kiwi champions, Champagne CC. They won 2 out of their 3 pool stages. CoCo Ruff, the other Kiwis, have found the going a bit tougher, having lost both their games so far to Nowra Warriors and Third Legs in this Pool 8. So they'll be looking to get their trip across the Tasman off to a decent pool stage finish by upsetting the Australia champs here. So a real trans-Tasman clash between these two sides. On strike out there we got Nazir Shinwari. He started well with a boundary already. 8 off 5 balls with that dot. Down the other end, the LMS Australia international, Gus Sloan, well known to all of us.
Seems to be opening up a bit more lately. When the bats first drop, those two both part of the side that won the most recent Australian champs. So we've got Mani Fatur TR is bowling now. So he's played 100 LMS games, averages 20, so very accomplished bowler.
Well, he started very well in this over. Already bowled 2 dot balls and a single. Let's go with the first ball that went for 2. Gus Sloan, the LMS Australia international, on strike now. Plays that outside off. Gets a lot on it, but it's just going to be a single out to backward point. Solid start by both these batsmen. Completes the second over for CoCo Ruff with Mani Fatu Ti just going for 4 for a very tidy first over. What a name, the other opening bowler though, Andy. That's one of the great names in LMS. Welly Tama Timu. Just brilliant name. And his first name is Wellington, or is that just Welly? Are you born and christened Welly, or has to be a Wellington, doesn't it? Or a Weluvatu, or Wellingham. Well, Welly comes in nonetheless, and it goes out to backward square. Well hit by Gus Sloan. Tamatimu. Clearly must be... is that a Maori name or is that a Samoan name? Fatu TI.
Not sure. We'll have to.
We need a Kiwi commentator.
We've been told there's Samoan background.
Samoan background.
Yeah.
Both of them, or
A lot of them.
a lot of them. We're going for Samoan background. Tamatimu comes in again. Wellied out to mid-wicket there by the batsman, Gus Sloan, Andy. He's not really got... He hasn't looked in trouble at all so far, Gus. He's got them all out the middle, but he hasn't managed to find the gap yet between the fielders, but a solid start for him.
CoCo Ruff done well. Conceded 4 on the first ball. Now they're just sort of getting into the match here, but good start for the swingers.
Tamatimu comes in, fourth delivery of the second over, played off his legs by Gus Sloan out to backward square leg. That's just going to be a single there. Good bowling from Tamatimu. One ball remaining in third over as the Australia champions, Western Swingers, take on the Kiwis from across the Tasman. Tamatimu comes in to end his second over. Outside off, well bowled, dot ball back to the bowler. An excellent second over there from Welly Tamatimu.
You quite like saying that, don't you, Rob?
It's one of the great names, as I've already said, Andy. 18 for none after 3 overs. Even Stevens between the two sides so far, just a run rate of 6, no wickets taken yet. Reminder that it's a 15-over-a-side reduced game due to the rain-off reschedulements after the epic rain of Tuesday. 60 millimetres of rain fell here in the Gold Coast, and a big shout out to all the staff at Runaway Bay Cricket Club and Mudgeeraba Narang Cricket Club for managing to get these pitches playable again, and we've seen some seriously good cricket games today. Into the fourth over now with Fatu TI back into the attack.
It's good first up, just 4 runs from his first over. They're looking to compete here with the swingers. They're doing well.
They've started very well, these Kiwi bowlers. Spinner comes in, left arm round the wicket. A bit flatter that one, back to the bowler. Excellent stuff from Money. Looked really good, these opening pair, Andy. Slightly turning the screw. I wonder if you're going to sense a bit of pressure building here. Tries to go hard at it there. Nazir Shinwari loses his shape a bit along the ground to mid-wicket.
The number 2 Kiwi side, CoCo Ruff. So yeah, obviously a very good side from New Zealand, and they're looking the part at the moment against the world number 1 side, Western Swingers.
Absolutely. Just having a look at they may be the number 2 Kiwi side, but doesn't look like they progressed far in the Kiwi Nationals back in March. 2 matches there, so they must have gone out fairly early in that game. We got the Kiwi champions also, as we said, Champagne Cricket Club. But yeah, very solid side. I mean, they've got an 83% win record in LMS, so they'll obviously be disappointed to have gone down in their opening 2 matches of this tournament and be looking to go out with a bang here. Obviously some more cricket for them to be had.
So Court Short dropped down a bit on the rankings there in New Zealand. They're probably the side that's the most well-known to the Australian sides here.
Absolutely, Court Short, real great side of New Zealand with a lot of LMS history. So 4 overs completed now. 24 for none. Mani Fatu TI with a very tidy second over there. But good running between Shinwari and Sloan with a couple of 2s on the trot. Keeping the scoreboard ticking. They're going along at 6 still.
Change the bowling. Dave coming on for his next over. I think Rob's probably going to have to announce this one for us.
Well, it brings an end to a great couple of overs from Welly Tamatinu. Dave Taano coming into the attack now. Tawanai. I think we're going Tawanai.
Yep. He's got a great record too. Economy under 7, averages 22.
Tawanai comes in to bowl for the Kiwis. Played that behind square. I love the fact that Tawanai's first name is Dave. We'll just call him Dave, I think.
Dave.
Good start by Dave with the ball. If we look at the field out there, backward square leg on the deep, mid-wicket, long on, long off, cover point and a deep point. Tawanai comes in, outside off, hit hard into the offside by Sloan, goes straight to the point, who almost slips on the grass but manages to recover and fields that solidly. Just ticking along here. We're almost a third of the way through the innings, Andy, and apart from the first over boundary, we haven't seen many fireworks yet from the swingers.
It's very steady. I'm not sure how they'll be thinking of this start at this stage. They haven't really gone for it. We've got Nikhil Darwin, the team manager, is now right down on the sideline. Not sure if that's a signal to the players that they need to be a bit more aggressive here.
Isn't it? We saw Dave Tawanai's bowling stats coming up. Solid record, 65 wickets at well, let's just see this. Gus Sloan finds the gap there in front of backward square leg, so that's the first boundary for Gus Sloan. Very good bowling average for Tawanai. 22.
Career best is 5 for 14, so pretty fair effort. And so 5 overs, number 33, Nikhil Darwin is out in the middle, so taking some water out to his players.
Gus Sloan getting going there, though. That was a fine shot, moved across his stumps. Got good power on that to beat the backward square leg fielder, who looks more happy to just be standing in the shade than running into the sun to prevent a boundary. Probably would in these conditions. No names named. Here we go. Nikhil Darwin shuffling off the pitch with the water, having sent out a message to his team. Fantastic innings from Nikhil Darwin in the first match of this tournament when his side was under significant pressure, having lost 5 early wickets in their opening game. Superb innings by him, 45 not out, along with Akshay Sharma at the end of the innings. Akshay Sharma? I don't think it was Akshay Sharma. Akshay at the end of the innings in Narwhal. Former world number 1 ranked batsman. He also batted well, high 20s, and they managed to get the Western Swingers up to a good score, and they ended up with a maximum points win. 5.1 overs, 34 for none. Look like they're in the mood to be getting going here a bit, Andy. I think they're going to be getting a bit more expansive now, both these batsmen. They've faced 15 and 12 balls, respectively, Shinwari and Sloan.
That might have been the message from Nikhil when he walked out there. They're looking a little more aggressive here.
Fatu Ti. Oh, what a ball! Mani Fatu Ti, take a bow, comes round the wicket, opens up the angle, just a little bit of turn. Takes out the off stump. Nazir Shinwari bowled for 16 off 16 balls, just the 1 boundary. And now we have the big man. Oh, the Kiwi against the Kiwis. That's what the crowd have come to see, Andy. James Wilderstrom in. Look at the size of that man. Has he come into shot already? No, he hasn't. I'll tell you what, he's a big man, James Wilderstrom. He's going to open the bowling for the Western Swingers, but here he's coming in at number 3 against his blood brothers from across the Tasman.
Damaging batsman, top quality bowler, be one of the better players going around in Sydney. He could be really up there in the global all-rounder rankings. So big moment for the Kiwis. They've been doing pretty well.
Excellent start. 5.3 overs for 35. There's only been a couple of boundaries so far. Really good bowling from CoCo Ruff, showing their class. Wilderstrom world ranking of 19 with the bat, facing his first ball. Straight down the ground, first up. That'll go to long on just for a single. Bowling ranking of 11 nationally, 32 in the world. We'll have a look at the global all-rounder rankings. As Andy said, he must be very high.
He's his record, 185 games, and he's got a strike rate over 200.
Number 3 in the world, James Widdestrom. Number 1 in the world, Mohammed Sheikh, who we saw in action in the last game. But back to this game, 6 overs completed, 36 for 1, the Western Swingers. Widdestrom not out on 1. Sloan, 19 off 13 balls. Dave coming back on to bowl the 7th over.
So that was the end of Barney. 1 for 13 off his 3 overs. So exceptional performance there.
Excellent stuff from Mani Fatutiai. 3 overs, 1 for 13. And a brilliant wicket that was, coming round the wicket with his wily spin, taking out the off stump. Dave Tahane comes in. Just out to a point there to cover. I apologise for a single. Brings Gus Sloan back on strike, the LMS Australia international from Sydney, Australia. Played with the Australia team at the World Cup in June. He's out there now and he's hit that very well. It's a good flat hit. That's going to easily clear the fielder at deep square leg for a maximum. Gus Sloan getting going now. That takes him on to 25 off 14 balls. That was a very clean strike there, Andy.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot from Gus. If you're watching the replay of that one, very clean shot.
Well, is that...
First 6 of the innings.
That's what's going to get it going, I think, Andy. First 6 of the innings and Gus Sloan on the charge. They're looking in the bushes. Every chance of a snake in there. Another Kiwi goes into the snake pit behind square leg. They're both standing at the moment. Oh, a bit of pointing going on. I think they're a bit nervous. It's literally a swamp that they're in over there. This is very ambitious for them. They must really like that ball rather than just taking a new one.
Yeah, I think I'd be giving up on that pretty quickly.
There's absolutely no way I'm looking for a ball in that. They seem to be, I mean, they're strong men Kiwis, aren't they? Especially if they're Samoan Kiwis, that's like double strength. They can handle an Australian withering little Gold Coast snake, can't they?
Did they manage to find that, or was that they got a replacement?
We'll say they found it because it was a fine effort to try and find it. Played outside off stump. Point's going to come round. They're going to be able to get 2. The question is, will they be able to get 3? That's down in the wet section of the field, and they are going to be able to come back for 3. Good running from Widdestrom. Gus Sloan picks up another 3 to move on to 28 off just 15 deliveries. He's going very well. And the big Kiwi, James Widdestrom, up against the side from the land of his birth. Tahane comes in. 46 for 1 after 6.4 overs. Dave Tahane is bowled well so far. He has been dispatched for a big maximum though. And that one's gone through the covers in the gap there for 4 runs from James Widdestrom. He's getting going now, moves on to 6 off 4 deliveries with his first boundary. Seen a few runs being hit now. The last 4 deliveries have gone for 13 runs, so a bit of impetus being added to the Western Swingers innings here. So they start getting going, approaching the halfway point. They're 50 for 1.
It's really the wicket of Nazir Shinwari that's seen this acceleration here. So Gus 28 off 15 really going now. James Widdestrom's only just gotten out there, 4 balls, but already his first boundary. So we're going to see a change in the bowling. Siti Tamatimu is coming on for his first over.
One would assume that he's a relation of Welly Tamatimu. Can't make these assumptions though. It could be a relatively common name, but I'm going to go relation. Siti Tamatimu comes into the attack. Ball hit down to long on. by Gus Sloan. Moves on to 29 off 16 balls. Joined up here on the commentary deck. It's a fine location up here at Mudgee Nerang Cricket Club by the all-stars of the Old Fools Cricket Club, the most well-travelled LMS team globally. Let's just watch this ball first. And good bowling from City Tamatimu there. The Old Fools, veterans of multiple tours. They once played LMS in 5 different countries in 1 year. The most well-travelled LMS team in the world. We saw them in Kenya in June, where they went and played in the Rhino Cup. Here they are in the Gold Coast once again. Let's just watch this first. That's gone up in the air. Long off is coming round. Is he going to get there? Gets there comfortably. Widerstrom puts his head down. He's disappointed with that. He expected better. He didn't quite get hold of it. Went up in the air. Fielder came round from long off very quickly. Comfortably took the catch in an end. And City Tamatimu gets his first wicket with his third delivery, Andy.
Yeah, what a start here from City. And the second wicket here falls for the Western Swingers. So they've got Gus Sloan, who's going well. And Nazir Shinwari didn't quite get going. Now James has fallen. Widerstrom's fallen quite cheaply. 6 off 6. So we've got the new batter walking out.
He went easy on his countryman there, Widerstrom, didn't he, Andy?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think if that had been an Australian bowler, that was being dispatched 20 yards over the boundary. But you know,
he's a big, strong man, as you can see, and I'm sure he'll make a name for himself at this tournament.
And now we have Nikhil Dhawan coming out, the organiser of the Western Swingers. A big moment, big match player, fine cricketer. It's going to be a left-right hand combination out there to mix things up for the Kiwi bowlers. Is it?
I don't think so. No.
Probably not. Getting confused.
A bit similar from behind. We're just waiting to see.
So Tamatimu, second Tamatimu bowler, started exceptionally well. 1 dot wicket so far in his first over. As Dhawan comes out.
So it's
as he said, he had a fine innings in the first match of the tournament. 45 not out as he guided the team to a competitive total.
So he's a very talented batsman that's come out, Khawaja Muhammad Ali. So he's hasn't played a lot of games. Well, he's got up to 40 games now. Averages 58, strike rate 220.
This was where the confusion started, Andy. So what was on the back of his shirt there? I think that said Nick, but anyway.
May have. I think Khawaja might have been a late start into the team.
Always terrible for a commentator when I'm going to blame it on the shirt. I'm not sure if it did say Nick, but I'm pretty sure it did.
We'll run with it.
Anyway, Khawaja Muhammad Ali into bat. That's another solid name, Andy. Khawaja. Current Australia opener, obviously. And Muhammad Ali, an equally famous name. If you got one famous name, you might as well make it 3.
The Swingers will be really looking at Gus Sloan here to turn this start into a 50, give them a bit of freedom. Interestingly, haven't seen Danny Batra here yet, so they must be wanting to go quite aggressively early. Danny normally a pretty steady head at the top of the order.
Probably just trying to maximise their run rate, aren't they, to get up as high as possible in the table. Finishing positions. Khawaja Muhammad Ali makes it back. Gus Sloan moves on to 32 off 18 balls. He's looked very solid. 1 boundary as well as a maximum. He's only got another 18 to get a retirement that he would be very proud of. Very intense, serious cricketer. Gus gets in the zone when he's out there. Terrific player, both with bat and ball. Has all the shots in the book. Displays that out to deep square leg, just for a single. He's on to 33 off 19 balls.
So we've got David Hancock coming on to bowl now. I think he was one of the...
Dave Hancock, the South African.
Yeah.
From bygone years, Hancock emerges. There you go. Pops up for a Kiwi team. How did that happen?
Is this a different David Hancock?
No. This is the David Hancock of old.
So
It must be it's a different David Hancock. Who would have thought? Two David Hancocks with incredible LMS records from South Africa. God, these two should get in touch. Let me read out to all of you what their email addresses are, and then you can email each other. Can't do that. Data protection laws, Andy. Hancock. Well, Hancock, get in touch. We'll put you in touch with the other Safa Hancock. He's in a team of Samoans. I'm sure he needs another Safa friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost 9 overs gone. Hancock with a tight first over. Comes in on the stumps. Respectfully played by Sloan to mid-off. Move him on to 34 of 20 balls. 9 overs, 60 for 2. Very good bowling so far by these Kiwis.
Yeah, I think they've done really well here. They'll be happy with this start. Be looking to find a bit of form before they go into the plate competition. If they can get a win against Western Swingers, world #1 team, that'll be something to go home with, absolutely. They've got Siti Tamatimu, who was excellent in his first over, 1 for 3. A big moment if he can jag another wicket here.
Siti Tamatimu back into the attack. He's got a wicket already. Played out to the leg side there by Gus Sloan. Moves on steadily towards a 50 that he'll be desperate to reach. Oh my word, look at that, Andy. We've looked up David Hancock and we haven't only got 2 David Hancocks in LMS. We've got 11 David Hancocks in LMS. 11 David Hancocks in LMS. You can have a whole cricket side of David Hancocks. This is wonderful. This should be the David Hancock 11. I'll tell you what, this is...
Gus, big top edge, goes over the keepers then. Set it down to the boundary. They're running half for 2.
So we have Dave Winston near the commentary box now. He's just going to join the commentary box just for an over here, just to talk us through the Spider Monkeys match and their prospects, and then I'll be back in 1 minute. Interview conducted by Mr. Andrew Percy.
Dave, what all the viewers want to know is, how is Reece Longbottom's hammy?
Oh, it's not good, mate.
No?
It's a devastating blow for the Monkeys, that.
Okay.
Probably our best bowler thus far, certainly in today's game. Certainly one of the 2 best bowlers.
And so will that be, big 6 for Gus Sloan?
Yeah, we had a chat to him after the game. I think he's done for the tournament. So,
really? Okay.
So, permutations.
Right. And
conversations.
Yeah. Can we
recurring.
have a look in as to what those conversations look like?
I don't know, because I'm not part of the Brains Trust.
Right.
I'm a sort of new addition to the team relatively recently. But I'm sure Ziad and Brad are deep in conversation as we speak.
Okay.
Trying to figure out a solution.
Right. So I dare say there might be a flight involved for someone.
There could be a flight. I think there's a few guys loitering around who were supposed to come and then couldn't come for various reasons for the whole week, but they may be able to come for the end of the week, like Hassajazi potentially.
All right.
But I don't know. We'll have to see. I watched the just going back to the game. I watched the final ball back. I actually could have run in front of the stumps and stopped that run.
Right,
I watched it again in slow motion. I was looking at. I was like, if I just run in front of the stumps, I would have blocked the throw.
Made for an
accidentally, of course.
Of course. Made for an exciting finish, though.
Yeah.
Well, you can't replace Reece, obviously, but if you were able to bring someone like Huss in, you're missing a keeper at the moment. So
exactly. Ziad's done a very good job keeping. There's hardly been a bye to him, maybe a couple.
But
so he's done a very good job.
Yeah.
So it hasn't really been a big loss, but Huss is a very good keeper. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and a great batsman too. So he'll be adding another batter there.
Yeah.
So in this one, we've got Gus Sloan after that 6. He's moved into the 40s, 43 off 23 now.
Yeah.
So they'll be looking to get him in the sheds, and they can just really go on with it here.
You could see he was trying to tee that one off, but it wasn't quite there for him.
Have the Spider Monkeys had a look at the standings and worked out who?
Well, yeah, I think, I'm not sure, I haven't looked at it myself, but the word on the street is as long as these guys end up where they should, by which I mean Western Swingers, we should have the Paddies in the first round of the knockout.
Oh, wow, okay.
Which is an all-Sydney affair.
Yeah, right. So Gus Sloan moves to be within one shot of retirement as we see the now famous David Hancock coming back on for his second over.
Yeah. Sloan playing a good innings here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The conditions are difficult.
A chauffeur crunched every path forward for the Spider Monkeys.
I'm not sure, but I think he was focused on watching the game.
Okay.
He's definitely unhappy with me for not getting home for that third, but the other thing I was looking at the ball in the field, and I should have just put my head down and run like a rabbit, and I was off the back foot, so if you're on the front foot, here we go.
Oh, here goes Sloan. Fielder settling under it, but it's... Oh! Wow.
Jesus,
he's taken the catch.
There's another run there.
Thrown it back.
Well.
That was an excellent piece of fielding there.
It really was. Yeah. Well, that would have been a big loss to get Sloan.
Well, he's taken the catch over his head, running backwards, and then lobbed it back into the field.
Very well to take that. But if he'd been on the boundary, he probably wouldn't have had to be moving backwards to take it. Oh,
Gus goes again.
That one could be out.
Hasn't got it as well, and he's out. Huge wicket. Massive. Gus Sloan out, caught in the deep. So it's a good knock from Gus, 46 off 27, but that's the end of him. The Swingers lose their third wicket.
Did not learn his lesson.
No. Got caught 2 balls in a row.
Yeah. Well, he only knows one way.
Well, and with these reduced matches, so only 15 overs because the rain we had earlier in the week means that you got 8 players to bat through 15 overs. So you want to see these guys going aggressively. And speaking of aggressive, we have Sudhakar Sanathapillai coming out to the middle now. Very accomplished LMS batsman, was the captain of Ocean 12 when they won nationals. He would have won 3 Australian titles now between Ocean 12 twice and Western Swingers. An LMS legend. He often bats quite deep, and his strike rate reflects it. So a wicket there for David Hancock. So interesting here. Khawaja hasn't really looked to go after it yet. He's 5 off 4. Sudhakar only really knows one way here.
Okay. Khawaja might be anchoring a little bit.
Yeah,
not really much time. Not really much need or time for that at this stage, I would say.
I mean, his career strike rate though is 220. So I'm expecting fireworks from him. It hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
And then you got Sudhakar, he's 460 games, career strike rate 228. It's remarkable. So he plays off his pads. Just a single there.
Should we get Big Z out over for he was player of the match?
I'd love to hear from Big Z, yeah. We can hear the inner workings of what's happening with Reece and hear all about his over.
Big Z, your presence is wanted on the commentary. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Dave. All right, so we have the player with the player of the match, Big Z, to Bass coming into the commentary. So, Big Z, your over in the earlier game really turned the match. It was looking a bit ominous, and then you 2 for 2.
Yeah, it was. We had that one. I think we let it slip away.
Yeah, you're looking good there for a bit.
I heard the commentary was pretty good on that one too, calling us chokers or perennial chokers. We're always doing it.
Look,
it's something you've seen plenty of times.
I have been there. I didn't personally say that. I was sitting here. I did witness it, but I think you'd be looking at the Kenyan Prince for that one.
I'll be watching some.
Yeah. Don't worry. You can hear the difference in accents there. But we were just having a chat to Dave about Reese's injury. It seems like that could be the tournament for Reese.
I was literally just speaking to him on the phone just now. I think that might be the tournament for
Right.
Reese.
What a blow.
Not looking good at all.
No.
He's been bowling unreal this tournament too.
What a shame. So
we've made some phone calls. We're trying to get some few people up. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Is that likely Huss?
Oh, could be Huss, could be Habib.
Yeah.
There's a few names, but they're the two that were scheduled to come down. So if they can, they will. If they can't, we only need 7.
Right. Fair enough. That might be one too many.
That's it. It's the Paddies. It's going to be good. I think at the moment it's lining up like we might be playing the Paddies.
Oh, all Sydney
Plenty of history there.
Yeah, absolutely.
First game goes back probably about 15 years, I think.
Yeah, good.
How's this game going?
Yeah,
6 after 11.
We had Gus just got caught for 46, I think it was. We got these two batting at the wicket. Both have strike rates 220 plus, so haven't seen that yet, but they both can really hit the ball.
It's a bit tough this wicket, to be honest with you.
What were when you guys went out to bowl? What were you hoping to keep tradies under?
The aim was for under 100. We thought anything under 100 would be good.
Okay.
They got off to a good start, but we did bring them back well. So. Souther goes big, large here.
And he beats the fielder there. So that'll be Souther's first boundary of the innings. So we've got Monty Agelli on for his first over. Fairly new to LMS. He's got 11 wickets, an average of 23.5. Bit expensive. 8 just under 9 he goes for, but early into his LMS days. So we're just looking up. These guys are the number 2 Kiwi side, so caught short have dropped down a bit these days.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
We're getting old, mate. We're getting old. We're still doing all right.
Yeah, mate. You're through to the round of 16.
Our side, I think we're working out. I think our average age is 43 now.
Yeah. That also
we're getting on.
That also got plenty of mentions.
Oh, did it? Oh, there you go.
And so, who have you seen many of the games yet?
Yeah, we've tried to get down to the grounds, support a few teams here and there. It's been good.
And who are you liking as the sides to beat at this stage?
The South African teams look good.
Yeah.
I haven't. Second 11 are always there or thereabouts. I haven't seen the bomb squad, but I know the players that they've got, so they look pretty good.
Yeah.
There's the Spider Monkeys. They've impressed me.
Yeah.
They'll be there.
But they always impress.
And but the South African teams I think look good. I think Masagami looked very well good.
Yeah.
We watched them yesterday. They were pretty good.
I heard that it might be looking like second 11 versus tradies.
Yeah.
Which would be so a really good Sydney game and a really good Queensland game in the round of 16.
And then I think we end up playing each other again.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of rivalry I think between all those clubs.
Absolutely. So the CoCo Ruff doing pretty well here. Restricting these two aggressive batsmen, both going not much better than run a ball at this stage. Khawaja goes down the ground. Has he got enough of it? It goes all the way. 6. So I think he was under a little bit of pressure there, Khawaja, with this batting lineup that they have. Needed to find the rope and does. So he moves to 14 off 8 now.
Sneaks up on you, the 15 overs, to be honest with you, out there.
Oh, it's a completely different game, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's finding that balance between like going aggressive because you've got the 8 batters, but not overdoing and leaving yourself short. Looking forward to moving back to 20 overs tomorrow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I think the body appreciates the 15 overs.
Yeah. Souther looks like he's found the gap. Oh, good fielding there. So he's just managed 2 there. Oh, but they've come back for a third.
Come back for the third.
Looking puffed out there, though. Khawaja, Muhammad Ali out on his feet a little bit here. It's been a good over for the Swingers. 11 from it so far, 1 to go. It's full toss, has it been?
No, it doesn't look like a no ball.
Jeez, he's got away with that, Hancock. Just 1 run from it. And Khawaja really missed out there, so that's the finish of the 13th over. 2 to go in this innings as the Swingers move to 3 for 96. What's on for the rest of the day, Zee?
Rest, and more rest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you guys
trying to find that 8th player.
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Man, I fly out at 10. So
I better make sure they schedule us in for
Yeah,
an 8 o'clock game.
I got a wedding on Saturday, so I got to get back. But what's where are you guys staying? You all in a house together?
Yeah, we're close down at Bigger Water, close to Runaway Bay.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, we're all together. It's going to end up a back-ended trip, I think. All the games are going to be towards the end of the week.
Yeah. So hit down the ground, not hit well enough. There'll just be 1. So this is Hamish Chiba coming on. So it's his first over, bowling the 14th over. So a interesting time to come on for your first over. They've used, so it's their 7th bowler. So everyone's getting to go here.
Oh.
That'll be a wide delivery. So projecting to score 111 at this stage, which from what we've seen today is a pretty good score. I think Swingers would have been looking at hoping to score a little bit more than that.
Yeah, anything around the 110 mark is pretty good on this pitch, I think, today. But it still gives the chasing team a bit of a chance.
Absolutely. So Khawaja, apart from that 1-6, just hasn't really hit the middle much. And his, Hamish's record. So he's got 81 wickets across 100 games. Averages 32. Oh, a wild swing from Sadaka there.
Threw everything at that one.
Sadaka picks out the fielder there. That'll be the end of the 14th over. So Hamish did pretty well there. Just 5 runs from his over. His only over of the innings. Yeah, they really haven't finished off the way you'd hoped to from the position they were in here, the Swingers.
Not what they normally do, no.
No. Probably have Welly coming on here, I imagine, for the last over. Tamatimu. Yep.
They can hold them to a few runs, they're right in this game.
So Sadaka walks across his stumps, manages to hit that for 4, so perfect start to the final over here of the innings. Swingers moved into the hundreds, they're 105 now. Plenty of your Australia teammates playing here today, Z.
Yeah, everyone's around today. It's good. Bumped into everyone yesterday.
Sadaka goes to go again, but the field are coming around. They're looking to run two. Sadaka wants it. He'll get there. Kawaja a bit more casual here. So I think Sadaka's trying to really pick things up here. 3 balls to go. He bowled well earlier. He's trying to finish off strong here against the LMS legend. Slower delivery, but doesn't fool Sadaka.
Founds the gap too.
And that'll find the rope. So 10 off this over already. It's an expensive final over. Sadaka moves to 24 off 13. Such an experienced quality player. So it's dug out there by Sadaka. They want to. Kawaja could be in trouble here. Should be out. Gone. So Kawaja sacrificed himself there. So we've got Akshay Narwhal going out to the middle now. He won't get to face the ball though, unless there's any extras. So Akshay making his way out to the non-strikers end to join Sadaka. It's 25 or 14 for the final delivery of the innings. What are you backing here, Z? The final ball. What do you think Sadaka's can do?
He'll step across and go through to mid-wicket.
I think he'll get it.
That's his favourite shot. He's been doing it for years.
Yeah. Is the final delivery of the innings. So they're running hard, should get 2. They're going to have to settle for 2 here. That'll be the end of the innings. So 114 for the Western Swingers. Lost 4 wickets. Just go through the card a bit. So we had Gus Sloan was the standout, 46 off 27. Sadaka Senath Pillay finished 27 not out off 15. So good effort there from the Western Swingers. The Kiwi side, CoCo Ruff, performed fairly well against the global #1 team. Thanks, C, for joining us. In
No
the
worries,
comms.
mate, anytime.
All right, mate. We'll see you for the round of 16 tomorrow.
Hopefully plenty more as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Hopefully there's 8 of you tomorrow.
I hope so.
Cheers, mate. We'll be back for the second innings.
So excellent innings bowling there from the Kiwis. CoCo Ruff limiting the Australia champions to just 114. Western Swingers obviously be looking to win this game to get right up there in the standings, but there's a factor of facing potentially tradies you can't trust, one of the stronger sides in the tournament, who will be the best third place finishing side. Sorry, the second best third place finishing side, tradies. So that's all to play for now for the round of 16 matchups are all confirmed. Just looking at the table now, it really does depend on this result. So the best 2 third place finishers making it through, which is Humble Hibernators from Pool G, Tradies You Can't Trust from Pool E. But Humble Hibernators had a better net run rate than Tradies You Can't Trust. So we're lining up for the second innings of this game. We'll be back with you in a moment to see the Kiwi run chase of 115 to win against the Australia champions. So just to clarify, with the third place finishers, we're just figuring out what the final standings are based on these last results. A reminder that the best 2 third place finishers go through along with the top 2 finishing teams in each pool. So things just getting wrapped up at the moment. Just closing up the pool stages here at the LMS World Champs 2024. We're watching the Aussies versus the Kiwis out there, with Western Swingers going out to defend a subpar total for them of 114 against CoCo Ruff, who are across from New Zealand. Bowled very well, CoCo Ruff. Particularly Mani Fatutiai, 1 for 13 off his 3 overs. Wickets also for Siti Tamatimu and David Hancock. 115, the victory target. Run rate of 7.6. So it's all lining up for a cracking day of round of 16 matches tomorrow from the LMS World Champs here in the Gold Coast, Australia. Everything to play for as we go into finals over the weekend, and touch wood, the forecast is looking positive after a difficult week of rain. But hopefully the sun will be shining for 3 days now to finish off the tournament. Be a massive upset here if CoCo Ruff manage to upset the Australia champions, but they've got a chance. 115 to win at under 8 and over. Umpires walking out now as we're coming to the end of the day's play here at Mudgeerabana Rang Cricket Club. Once again, a shout out to Mudgee and Runaway Bay Cricket Club for their wonderful hosting of this LMS World Champs and getting these pitches in fine nick despite all the rain earlier in the week. Fantastic effort, and as always, great camaraderie at this tournament from all the teams involved. A lot of socialising off the field. Lots of teams sticking around after the games to support the other games, support the other teams. Synchronised openers going out there for CoCo Ruff. Sadly, you missed that on the cameras, but that was almost tandem dancing as they went out together. Obviously in sync even before going out to bat. We just remind you of the Western Swingers scorecard. 16 for Shunwari up at the top. Gus Sloan played a great innings, 46 off 27 balls, including 2 maximums. James Widdestrom, the big Kiwi, went for 6. Kawaja Muhammad Ali run out for 19. Sudhaka Sanathapile, he of the famous Ocean 12 asylum seeker story, formerly of Ocean 12, chipped in with 27 off 15 balls, including 3 boundaries. And then the former world #1 batsman, Akshay Narwal, who you'll know from the India Super Series, in at the end. Didn't manage to face the delivery, but it was good to see him out there anyway. He's a very fine-looking athlete of a man. With the ball, as we said, wickets shared between Fatu Ti, Siti Tamatimu and David Hancock, but all the Kiwis bowled and fielded well to restrict the Australia champions Western Swingers to 114. It sets up for a thrilling run chase here from Madhurabana Cricket Club to close off day 5 of the LMS World Championships. Reminder that the next World Championships is over in England in late August, the birthplace of Last Man Stands in 2005, so it'll be the 20-year anniversary next year of Last Man Stands cricket, going back to its roots in England. Opening the batting for CoCo Ruff, we got Ben Mailata and Mani Fatu Ti, who started earlier with the ball. Sadeep Deepak, who many of you will also know from the India Super Series. Plays his grade cricket down in Sydney. Fine young cricketer. Opening up tightly, just single there from Mailata to get off the mark. Deepak in for the second delivery of this CoCo Ruff innings. Nice lines outside off, just short of a length. Played to Gus Sloan at backward point. Steady start here for the Kiwis. Both openers getting off the mark with their first deliveries. On the leg side, we've got all 3 fielders on the fence. On the offside, we've got cover in about 20 yards. Same with backward point. That's just played out at backward point once again, steadily. Outfield has been trying out throughout the day, but it's still very slow once it gets to near the boundary. So most of the boundaries tend to have a bit of aerial in them today. Solid start by Deepak. The young man for Western Swingers comes in for his 4th delivery. On the money once again. This could be 2. Gus Sloan coming round quickly. The batsmen are going to come back from 2. Excellent running. Good throw from Sloan. Well picked up by Deepak, but that's a first 2. Takes score on to 5 after 4 deliveries. Last ball of the first over, and it's been a solid over from Sadeep Deepak. Can he finish it on a high with a wicket? The young bowler comes in on the spot. Once again, a bit of a slower ball there. Maybe trying to tempt the batsman into the slog to the leg side, but Fatu Ti was not to be tempted. Dot ball to finish the over. Even Stevens, 5 runs off it, no wickets. One thing that would really upset the apple cart here is if CoCo Ruff managed to chase down these runs inside 12 overs. That would really restrict where Western Swingers finished in this table. Reminder that the higher you finish, obviously in theory, the easier team you face in the round of 16 stage and potentially further to that. Western Swingers will be desperate to prevent that happening. So second over to be bowled by the big Kiwi against his own countryman. Widdestrom comes in. That's gone high up in the air. Mid-wicket coming round. He's watching it in the sun. This is going to be an excellent catch. He can't quite get there. He gets a hand to it, keeps it in. Well, that was a chance in the deep. I think the fielder found it difficult to pick up into the sun. Slow to get round there. Bit of a let off there. Ben Mailata manages to get 2, but that could easily have been the first wicket. Widdestrom in again. Ball goes out to the leg side, just a square leg. Big Kiwi fields off his own bowling. Fielders in the deep. We've got a very wide long on, a deep square mid-wicket. Backward square leg on the boundary. Man on the 45, 20 yards in from the fence. Cover 20 yards in from the fence and a long off. Widdestrom comes in. That's just played back behind point. That'll just be a single. Excellent all-round cricketer, James Widdestrom. Dominates with bat and ball. He didn't come off in the batting today. Just 6 runs. Warriors out caught off the bowling of Siti Tamatimu. That one's gone down towards the boundary and it's beaten the man at backward square leg. Excellent placement there from Ben Mailata. Picks up the first boundary of this Kiwi innings as CoCo Ruff move on to 13 for none after 1.4 overs. Widdestrom will be looking to bounce back here for the Australia champions. Comes in off a short run up the big man. On the pads, that's just a dot ball, finishes the over. 13 for none after 2 overs. Solid start for the Kiwis. And their run chase of 115 to win. Spring a massive upset against the Australia champions, Western Swingers. Beautiful conditions now. The heat beginning to dissipate a bit. It's getting towards the end of the day here in the Gold Coast. Very hot conditions. It's now almost 5 o'clock and things just cooling off a bit, but it's been tough work for the players out there today. This cricket club built on a former swamp. So very, very humid conditions with the heat and the wet pitches drying off after all the rain the last few days. So would have been a lot of sweat expended out there and a lot of rehydration needed before, during and after games. Seems to have been adequately done. Solid third over here with Deepak into the attack again. Single off his first delivery. There could be 2 here. Gus Sloan coming in. They're going to back for 2. Quick throw in from Sloan to the keeper's end. Excellent running again from these Kiwis. Mailata moves on to 11 off 7 balls. That's the third 2 that we've seen of the innings. Good urgency from these Kiwi openers. Wonder if there'll be a slight field change with the man on the 45 coming a bit more around to backward point to try and prevent that 2 happening again. Deepak comes in, third delivery of a second over on the legs. That goes into the leg side, mid-wicket coming in. They're going to try and go for 2 again. They pick it up and they're going to easily do another 2. Excellent running here from the Kiwi openers. Mailata moves on to 13 off 8 balls. Good urgency. 2 2s in a row. What can Deepak do to bounce back? He'll be desperate for a wicket here. The young man from Sydney comes in once again. 4th ball of his second over. Down the leg side. Loses line a bit there. Bit of a let-off for the batsman. A freebie there. 96 runs required from 62 balls. Very achievable for the Kiwis, and they've got a good start here. So Deepak comes in. Tries again. That one, better line. Outside off stump. Batsman swivels out to deep mid-wicket. Picks up cleanly. Hit well, so that's just going to be a single. Score is 20 for none after 2.4 overs. Mani Fatu Ti now on strike. Not out on 5 or 5 balls. Deepak in. Fatu Ti goes hard at that one, doesn't quite get enough on it, which was lucky for him because that would have been right down the throat of the mid-wicket fielder out on the fence. Instead, it's just 1, brings an end to the third over, 21 for none after 3 overs. Both batsmen looking set now, 15 for Mailata and Fatu Ti looking solid down the other end. Widdestrom coming back on to bowl his second over in the 4th of the innings. Required run rate to win is 7.83, and that run rate currently just at 7. So pretty much on track here, the Kiwis. No wickets lost in the first 3 overs. A reminder that it's a 15-over-a-side game. It's a rain rescheduled game from earlier in the week. Big swing, almost gets the edge, gets nothing. Fatu Ti outside off stump. Decent pace there from Widdestrom. Widdestrom comes in once again. Across the batsman. That's a big hit. That's a huge 6 there goes 25 yards over the boundary into and beyond the swamp. One of the Australians has a look, decides that that's too risky of going in there. There could be all sorts in that swamp. Crocodiles, snakes, alligators, whatever, you name it. They're all in there. The Aussie's not going in. We need another ball. That is a massive 6 there from Mani Fatu Ti. Moves to 12 off 8 deliveries. Next ball followed up, sensibly batted out to long off. I tell you what, we've got a game on our hands here. 3.3 overs, 28 for none. These Kiwis mean business. They may have lost their first 2 matches of this tournament, but they're looking good here today. Excellent performance with the ball to restrict the Australia champions, just 114. And they've started very well here. He swivels across, gets the ball to the leg side. It goes back behind mid-wicket. They're going to come back for 2 here, which is going to be a fine end towards the end of the 4th over. They move on to 30 for none. Excellent batting from Mailata. Picks up his 4th too. Real urgency being shown here from the Kiwis. Desperate for a win to end the pool stages. Widdestrom in again. Outside off. They've gone for the appeal. The batsman has been given straight up with the finger, and that brings an end to an exciting innings from Ben Mailata. He hit 1 boundary, but he's looking really good. 17 runs off 12 balls, but he has to depart. Excellent bowling there by James Widdestrom. Picks up the first wicket for the Australia champions, Western Swingers. 2 overs completed for him now, 1 for 17. Four overs, 30 for 1. Will that put the brakes on this Kiwi run chase? They were looking so good up until that point. Potentially going to spring a massive surprise if they can chase down this relatively achievable target of 115, but it's a difficult pitch to bat on out there. New batsman is out there on the square. Start of the 5th over. Who have we got? Looks like a new bowler here. Who is this? Is this Khawaja Muhammad Ali? We'll get confirmation in a moment. I think it has to be to bowl the 5th over. 85 required from 55 balls. A reminder that this is a 15 over a side game. Mistakenly called out Nazir Shinwari onto bowl, not Muhammad Ali. Forget that. So Nazir comes in on the money straight away. Dot ball. Good start to the Shinwari spell. 4.1 overs, 30 for 1. Well, it's all on Mani Fatu Ti now. That was a huge 6. He's looked good so far. He's on 13, not out. Can he keep his head? He's the set batsman. Shinwari comes in again, short of a length. Ti goes hard to the leg side, doesn't make any connection. So the bye for 1 puts Siti Tamatimu on strike. He was excellent with the ball earlier. Tamatimu, pick of the Kiwi bowlers. Along with his batting partner Fatu Ti. Combined figures of 2 for 27 for the 2 batsmen out there. Is that going to go all the way? It's slowing up near the boundary. Gus Sloan can't get from backward point to reach there. So there we go. It's all the way to the fence through 3rd man. Just the start that Siti Tamatimu wanted. 4 off his first delivery. Just look at his stats. He's got a batting average of 44 and a strike rate of 180. He's got an LMS century as well, Tamatimu. So he's got enough experience. This will be one of his biggest innings out there. Tamatimu up against Shinwari. Makes the space, puts it into the offside. Cover will come around and that will just be a single. Almost at the end of the 5th over here. When we look at Shinwari, 21 bowling average with 72 wickets. Very good economy of 6.4. Excellent stats for Shinwari. He's a big match player as well. He comes in. That's hit out to long off there by Fatu Ti. Just a single. Moves on to 15 off 12. Tamatimu will be off strike for the start of the next over. So a third of the innings completed now, 37 for 1. They're almost bang on the required run rate. They need 78 from 50 balls. Every chance for the Kiwis to pick up their first win of the tournament here against the Australia champions. This would be a huge upset. But there's still 78 runs required from 10 overs. 7 wickets in hand for the Kiwis. Now, let's try again. I reckon this one's Khawaja Muhammad Ali. We got it wrong before, but very short run up. It is. Khawaja into bowl. Straight through the covers. The cover was in there, not on the fence, and that's a 4 off the first ball from Fatu Ti. He moves on to 19 off 13 balls, adding a 4 to his earlier 6. Interesting that the cover was in there. Almost gave them the boundary. That wouldn't have been a boundary if he was out on the fence. It's now standing 5 yards in. The cover. There's long off and there's a backward point, about 20 yards off fence. Muhammad Ali comes in. Excellent keeping there. Fatu Ti came out. Little bit of turn. Just beat him. He was looking so good, Manu, Fatu Ti. But Muhammad Ali managed to get one just to turn past him. Alert keeping from Danny Batcher, the LMS Australia international. Took the bails off quickly. And that's now both openers gone. It started so well, CoCo Ruff, but now both openers have gone in the last 8 balls. Will that put the brakes on the Kiwis? Here we go, David Hancock coming out. One of the 11 David Hancocks globally. There's more famous ones than him and there's less famous ones than him, but he's the one going out there to bat. The South African in a team of Kiwis. 3 balls to face in the 6th over. Can he help the turn the tide back in the favour of the Kiwis? 3 balls to go of this Khawaja Muhammad Ali spell of bowling. An effortless bowler. Comes in off 3 steps. No energy expended. Sharp stumping there from Batcher to add to his early catch behind the stumps off the bowling of James Widdestrom. So 2 dismissals for the keeper so far. Khawaja Muhammad Ali in on the money straight up. Dabbled by Hancock. Dot ball first up. Good start to his spell here from Muhammad Ali. Comes in again, getting through his over quickly. Lovely ball, just the offside. Gus Sloan will pick that up at backward point. He's got 27 wickets at an average of 32 with the ball, Muhammad Ali. Best figures are 3 for 21. So relatively new to LMS in comparison to the rest of this Western Swingers side. And here we go, a no ball. So that was a no ball. So this is a free hit for Siti Tamatimu. He goes outside off stump. Good bowling by Muhammad Ali. Keeps that wide. Didn't give much of a chance for the swing across the stump. So that free hit just goes for 2. 70 now required from 46 balls. Run rate currently 7.8. 7.6 required to win. So it's neck and neck at the moment. Khawaja Muhammad Ali comes in to finish a good first over. Goes to leg side. Batcher will quickly get there. The Kiwis just jog through. That brings an end to the 6th over. So 46 for 2 after 6 overs. A good first over from Khawaja Muhammad Ali where he picked up the all-important wicket of Mani Fatu Ti, who had looked really dangerous with a boundary and a massive 6 that cleared the ropes on the leg side by a good 25 yards. Here we go. Next up, Gus Sloan, LMS Australia International. He looked really good with the bat earlier. With his 46 off 27 balls, featured 2 sixes and a 4. Had figures of 4 for 12 in their opening game of the tournament. So he'll be desperate for more wickets here to follow that up. Excellent all-round cricketer. One of the best fielders going around in LMS Sydney as well. So a fine addition to anyone's LMS team. And he'll be up against Siti Tamatimu, and he gets him first up, right on the money. Gus Sloan, first ball, gets the danger man out. Tamatimu, the top 3 are now gone for CoCo Ruff. That's the 3rd wicket down. 46 for 3 after 6.1 overs. remarkably now in a team of Samoan Kiwis. We've got two Daves at the crease now. Dave Hancock and Dave Tawane. Well battered there briefly by City Tamatimu, who had hit a lovely boundary, but he has to depart for 8. Gus Sloan on the money straight away. A little bit of movement, good pace. Gets the wicket he wanted straight up. 1 for none now. So Tawane joining Hancock out in the middle. A South African and a Kiwi up against Australian. The wheels coming off a bit here now with CoCo Ruff. They've started so well with Bain Malaita and Mani Fatutiai. .1 overs, 46 for 3. 69 runs needed from 44 balls. Can Gus Sloan follow up with a second wicket? Short of a length. It goes through to the keeper. He's appealed. The umpire is not interested. Good shout there from Gus Sloan. It was a strong appeal from him, but the umpire not moved. So good start to Sloan's spell here. He's bowling with good wheels out there. The 4-wicket haul at the start of this tournament would have given him confidence. Comes in for his third delivery. Outside off. Cut nicely there by Tawane just to cover for a single. 2 balls left in the 7th over. Scores 47 for 3. 68 runs needed from 42 balls. A reminder, this is a 15-over-a-side game due to the rain-off reschedulements. Sloan comes in. Can he get another wicket? Outside off. He's hit it up in the air. Long off. Won't be able to get round to it. It drops well short of him. That's going to be 2 more runs to the Kiwis as they move on to 49. I've got another. Gus Sloan, excellent start to his spell here. Very committed man. Takes his cricket very seriously. Lovely lines. Outside off stump, just short of a length. Using the pitch well. Fields off his own bowling almost a point. No one down at the bowler's end. So 2 runs easily there for CoCo Ruff. Hancock moves on to 6 off 4 deliveries. That's the end of the 7th over. 51 for 3 the score. Even Stevens still 3 wickets down. Required run rate is 8. 64 needed from 40 balls. They've run the 2s really well here, the Kiwis. I'm joined back in the commentary box by Andy Percy once again, Sydney manager of this Western Swingers side. Andy, I feel with Western Swingers so far this tournament, they've got a lot of superstars in their side, but they don't really seem to have hit full steam yet. They seem to still be finding their way a bit in this tournament, which is strange to say at a team that have picked up maximum points in both their games, but we've seen this side so much over the years. And
they're just timing their run here up to perfection. I think we'll see them at their best tomorrow in the round of 16. But yeah, I think they were probably expecting to do it a little easier than how it's going at this stage in this game. But they'll certainly be one of the sides to beat from tomorrow onwards, I think.
Yeah, superb performance so far here from CoCo Ruff. They may be out the tournament, but they are really giving this one a good nudge against the Australia champs. They want to go back across the Tasman Sea to New Zealand with bragging rights of having beaten the current Australia champions, and they're on track to do so at the moment. 3 wickets down, 52 runs, almost halfway. Edged there, the point's going to have to come for it. They could get 3 here. They're definitely going to get 2. Tell you what, these 2 aren't looking like they're wanting to run a 3. That's definitely going to be 2 there.
Off the table, that.
Hancock edges it past the keeper, moves on to 8 off 5 balls. Khawaja, Muhammad Ali struts in. Bit of a wrong in there, I think. That was a clever delivery there from Muhammad Ali. Shows that he's got some nice variation. Good dot ball. See him, can he finish his over with a wicket? Tossed right up there, goes into the offside. Will they be able to come back for 2? Long off comes round. That's just going to be a single to end the over. So 8 overs, 55 for 3 as a score. Means that the run rate now is 6.9. Required run rate inching up now, 8.6. 60 needed from 35 balls. I think, Andy, the last 2 or 3 overs, the tide well and truly swinging in Western Swingers' favour. They've really tightened things up with the ball.
Yeah, well, looks like the last 10 balls, 1 for 8. So really good period there for the Swingers. Khawaja Muhammad Ali just going for 4 runs there. We've got Gus Sloan, who picked up the wicket. He's coming back on now, so 1 for 5 from his first over. David Hancock shaping up to Gus. Moves around a bit there and then just punches it out to the offside.
Hancock moves on to 10 runs with that single. We're past the halfway point here in the final match of these pool stages as Gus Sloan, the LMS Australia International, comes in. Good pace outside off stump. Great cut shot there by Tawane. They should get 2. Covers coming round. He picks it up and it's going to be an easy 2 in the end.
Good iron on him, Sudeep Deepak. Well fielded.
So Dave Tawane now moves on to 4 with that 2. Just looking to the leg side here. I think he's going to target this leg side, judging by that long look out there. But let's see. Gus Sloan puts it on the stumps. Lovely shot there by Tawane. Down the ground to long on. It's just going to be a single, though.
So if we looked at if Western Swingers don't pick up winning bonus points here, as looks like could be the case, is that going to make much of an impact to their final standings?
It will, definitely, in terms of who they're going to face.
Yeah.
We're just seeking clarity at the moment as to 15th and 16th positions and who's going to be playing who. Right up at the top, well, let's just see this from Gus Sloan as he comes in, way outside off stump. Beautiful, beautiful delivery. Dot ball, really making the batsman work for it here, Gus Sloan. One ball left in his film.
From the bowler, no one else very interested though.
Second appeal from Gus that no one else is interested in. He's got 1 ball left in his second over. Can he finish it with a wicket? He's bowled very well so far. 9 runs off his 9 deliveries. This is 10th ball on the money. Oh, it goes back to him. Almost saw the end of the Sloan male lineage. In the end, a bit of self-preservation there, Andy, and the chance goes down.
Looks disappointed there, Gus. He's done well. 1 for 11 off 2 overs.
So now that's 9 overs, 61 for 3. 54 runs required from the last 6 overs, 30 balls. The required run rate's 9 and over. Looking at the standings, Western Swingers could jump up into the top 2 or 3 with a maximum point win here. If they don't get a maximum point win, they'll be either 4th or 5th in the standings going into the round of 16s. Well, tell you what, that was because I'm a bit confused about who's going to play who, but it's all going to develop shortly. It's a changing landscape in the top 16, but we are into the last match here, so having a look at it, the 3rd place sides will drop down. I'm not gospel here, but there's a good chance that it's going to be Humble Hibernators facing Santon Royals, I think, but I'm not going to predict it. Tradies won 2 games over the 1-1 by Humbles. It's played into the offside there. So if we look back at the situation here, it's 9.3 overs now, 64 for 3. We have Khawaja Muhammad Ali bowling his 3rd over. 2 balls left of his spell, Andy. He's looked really good out there. Real low maintenance bowling, just a few steps in. Nice variation. Quick hands behind the stumps by Batra. He's only gone for 16 runs off his 14 deliveries. He's got 1 to go. Really good spell here. Just at a time when the Kiwis seem to be getting on top. He's just provided a steadying 3-over spell and taken a wicket.
He's had a good game, Khawaja. He hit a nice 6 down the ground. Sacrificed his wicket late, but got a few runs. He's flown in late to be part of this team. The tilts at a maiden World Championship title.
So Khawaja Muhammad Ali to finish his 3-over spell. A reminder that it's 15 overs aside here. Rain-reduced game due to the washouts on Tuesday and catching up all these games today. Muhammad Ali comes in. Finishes the spell. That goes out towards long off. Can he get round there for the catch?
Oh.
A spectacular dive. Can't quite get there. It goes through him for 4 runs. He almost finishes with a wicket, but in the end, the burly South African, David Hancock, gets hold of it, beats the long-off fielder, moves on to 16 off 12 balls with his first boundary. Score moves on to 68 for 3 after 10 overs. 47 runs needed off the last 5. The Kiwis are still in this, Andy. .4 the required run rate. 2 set batsmen out there now.
So we're gonna
Dave Tawana and Dave Hancock.
Going to get Nazir Shinwari back. It's his second. Yeah, he went for 7 runs from his first over. Very experienced campaigner with this Western Swingers side. Been part of all their major triumphs in Sydney, as well as the Australian title that they won last year.
Shinwari comes in on the stumps. Still got a lot of bowling up their sleeve here, Western Swingers. There's no weak links in this bowling attack. An over left to Deepak Widdestrom. Gus Sloan's got an over. Shinwari's got to outsee them through to the 15 over mark. 46 runs needed from 24 balls. Shinwari comes in. Outside off, beautiful ball. Lovely stuff there, Andy. That just cut back in beautifully. You could see the batsman made room, went for the cut shot, just seamed in, hit near the top of off stump. Excellent delivery from Shinwari.
Well, I like the look of Jelly coming out to the crease. Hat on backwards, earrings in. Looks like a man that can hit it big.
This is a serious beast of a man coming to the crease now. He'll be coming into shot soon. This man means business.
It's quite an intimidating presence out there.
Tell you what, if I was a bowler, I'd be feigning injury now, Andy. This is at least you're not playing rugby against him. I certainly wouldn't like to do that, that's for sure. As Monty Ageli comes to the crease.
200 strike rate, so man can hit it.
I'm surprised it's not 300. If you got shoulders that big, what are you doing with a 200 strike rate?
He's fairly new into LMS, so could increase it here. Only 11 games.
Nazir versus Monty. Shinwari comes in.
Oh.
It's on the money, straight up. They've appealed. That's clearly going down leg gamesmanship from Batra. He knows better than to do dodgy appeals like that. Monty Ageli. Should we call him Jelly or Ageli? I think Ageli sounds better than Jelly.
Ageli, yeah.
Monty Ageli survives his first delivery. That's not going to help his 300 strike rate that we're expecting from him, Andy. He's got to follow this up with 6. He's edged it past. Is that going to go all the way? Khawaja Muhammad Ali picks it up quickly. Quick arm in. Wonderful fielding from Muhammad Ali there in the deep down here at third man. The agility of the man was superb there. Dave Tawana now the set batsman, although he's only faced 10 balls. He's got 8 runs so far. On strike now against Shinwari.
Bowled him again. Another wicket for the over. Nazir Shinwari's running through CoCo Ruff now.
Another brilliant delivery there, just on off stump. That one was clearly not the kind of shot to be mowing through mid-wicket. He'll be regretting that, Dave Tawana. Clean bowled by Nazir Shinwari. And this Kiwi innings now looking like it's unravelling a bit. They're into the last 3 batsmen. They still require 45 runs from just 4 overs. An excellent over there from Nazir Shinwari. 2 for 8 off his 2 overs so far.
So they need to score CoCo Ruff here. They need to score 92 runs to take the losing bonus points. So Western Swingers will be desperately trying to avoid that. So that'll be 22 off 20. So very much on. Oh, we got Sadaka coming on for an over.
This will be interesting. The Sri Lankan one of the famous Ocean 12 Asylum Seeker team. Flat goes out to mid-wicket. That'll just be the one there off Siddhartha Sanathapilo's first ball. Wily spin bowler, Sanathapilo. One of the most famous players in LMS Australia, multiple national champion, albeit for Ocean 12 mainly, now with Western Swingers last year. Flattish delivery, wily stuff there from Siddhartha.
Important few overs here for the Western Swingers tournament. Let's try and lock up one of those top spots.
Good to see Welly Tamatimu out there, the opening bowler for CoCo Ruff. Gets off the mark. Out to long on. They almost come back for the second. I'll tell you what, Monty Agelli has got a bit of agility to him. He's really going back there for the second. Welly wasn't interested.
Feel like Monty will get quite excited here with Siddhartha.
His eyes will light up here. He is going to look this to mow it over the floodlights. There's absolutely nothing else he's going to do. Go and mow. Boom.
Oh, big swing.
No, that was actually far too outside off stump for the mow across the leg side. But anyway, Monty Agelli, 2 off 4. Tamatimu out there as well, the opening bowler. Can they get their side over the line? Tell you what, he's going hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
He means business, Monty Agelli.
And that's the end of the over for Siddhartha. Just 2 runs from it. Excellent over. So it's starting to swing a little bit in their favour to get those bonus points. They're desperate for that bonus point victory, and they're looking to Gus Sloan, their Australian representative. Man, it speaks to the depth of Western Swingers here, Rob. They've got Danny Batra, who was part of the Australia side in Kenya this year. He didn't bat, and he's not going to bowl an over.
That's incredible. That's an incredible stat, Andy. Look at the last 10 balls here as well. Western Swingers have really turned the screw. There's only 3 runs off the bat in the last 10 balls before that delivery. 2 wickets as well. They've really, really hit the brakes here this innings, CoCo Ruff. But we've seen Monty. He certainly is giving it a good swing, and if he connects, it's going a long way. Will this be the one that he connects up against Gus Sloan? He does. Goes out to the leg side. Doesn't quite get hold of it, though. They're going to come back for 2. This is interesting. Down to the keeper's end. Goes to bowler's end. 2 runs there for Monty Agelli. 3 balls left of Gus Sloan's spell. It's been a good spell so far. Once again, he's had a very good tournament, both with bat and ball. Sloan comes in. Outside off. There's a full ball.
Goes for it. Didn't quite get all of it. Couple of bounces there to the fielder. Wants to. He's going to get it.
Tell you what, Andy, I'm getting excited. Monty's getting going here. Yeah. The levers are moving. The shoulders are warmed up. There's 2 balls left of Gus Sloan's spell. Are we going to see a 6-6 to finish and Gus Sloan to finish with figures of 28? He's gone very hard down. What did that bounce off?
I think it was off the non-striker, was it?
Non-striker, was it?
Yeah, non-striker.
Hits the non-striker with a powerful hit.
Friendly
Welly
fire.
Tamatimu survives, leaning on his back, catching a breather there. Monty abusing his striker for preventing a certain 4. Gus Sloan survives. He's got wonderful figures, 1 for 17. Comes in. Can he get a second wicket? Sloan outside off, full bunger. That goes straight down the ground. Long off, comes round. Puts it down. Wow, that was an uncharacteristic one to put down in the deep there, Andy. He just had to jog around and it went right down his throat and straight out.
Wouldn't have been Gus's best wicket if he got that. It was a pretty loose delivery there from Gus Sloan, and then it was dropped in the deep. But yeah, I think they're sensing they're getting close to the victory here.
Well, the match is gone for CoCo Ruff. They're not going to win this one now. So Western Swingers are definitely going to win this one. What we're more interested in is the bonus points territory, because that's going to have a massive impact on where these
final standings,
all these teams end up. So a reminder.
They need 13 more.
That's it. 13 off 10 balls. Yep. CoCo Ruff need to take the 2 losing bonus points.
Could be 2 here. Just going to go for 1 though. Yeah, Gus Sloan's got a very good arm, so I didn't want to chance it there. CoCo Ruff.
Monty Ugelli on strike now. The big man looked like he was just getting going in the last over. He obviously fancies a bit of Siddhartha Sanathapilo, puts it relatively flat. Monty can't quite get hold of that, goes back past Batra. That'll just be a single there. So it's getting to an interesting situation in terms of the bonus points territory here now, with just 11 runs needed off 8 balls for 2 very crucial points in terms of the final standings in this LMS World Champs pool stages. Siddhartha comes in, flights that one more, slog sweep out to the deep. It's just going to be a single there, Andy. This gets tight here towards the end in terms of bonus points territory. Can you give us an update?
10 off 7.
10 off 7.
So Monty back on strike. Hasn't done particularly well against Sutha, but he gets excited. Has a big go at it. Doesn't get all of it. Just be one straight out to Gus Sloan.
Bit of a shame, this CoCo Ruff innings. They've all got starts and they've all looked decent in terms of their hits, but then the wickets have just nailed them. Just regular wickets and no one's gone on. Could have been so much better for CoCo Ruff, the Kiwis. But as it stands, they've got 1.1 overs. They need 32 runs, so that's as good as gone. But they could get 2 bonus points here. Siddhartha comes in, really flights that one. Down to long off for a single, and that makes things very interesting going into the last over to dictate the final positions of this LMS World Champs.
Just need 8 runs off the final over. So who have Swingers got?
I don't think this is a big enough win for the Swingers, even if they get the bonus points to move into second spot, Andy. Second spot currently is the second 11. Swingers have a net run rate of 3.1.
It'll put them top 4, though.
Oh, they'll certainly be top 4, but I just don't think they're going into second spot. I don't think they've got enough of a run difference here, but until the umpire out there clicks complete, we don't know what the final net run rate is, but from my maths, it's not enough to take them to second here. So we approach last over, right into the ribs there from Shinwari. Welly Tamatibu manages to get it to square leg. Was very hurried there. So 92 is the score that we're looking at. It's now 85 with 4 deliveries left. So 7 runs for CoCo Ruff to take the 2 losing bonus points. Western Swingers will want to keep them to 91 or less. That goes out. Pass long off. No, it doesn't. It slows up in the deep. Long off has to dive. They're going to come back for 2 here, surely. Slow on the first one there, the Kiwis. But they still make it back for 2. So that takes them on to 87 with 3 balls remaining. So 92, the golden figure, as we're saying, for the bonus points territory. Western Swingers want to keep CoCo Ruff to 91. CoCo Ruff want to get to 92. 3 deliveries left. Shinwari comes in. Short of the length. Goes to the leg side. Mid-wicket comes in. That's just going to be a single there to move on to 88. So 4 runs for the bonus points. As we said, CoCo Ruff, they've certainly lost this game, but this is a crucial 2 winning bonus points on the line for Western Swingers as to where they're going to end. Which way is it going to go, Andy?
Well, we've had our statisticians working at it, so it'll be a 4th place finish. For Swingers if they can get the bonus points, but they'll finish 5th if they don't get it. So it's going to be the difference of 1 place.
Interesting. Just a 4th place finish, so their net run rate isn't going to increase enough to get past even Masagami, the South Africans. Shinwari comes in, last delivery, hit to the leg side there. Mid-wicket comes round. Are they going to come back for 2? They jog through for 1. That's the 2 extra points that go to Western Swingers. They've picked up the maximum 10 points from this game. They picked up 10 points from all 3 of their games. One of only 4 sides to do it, along with Santon Royals, second 11 and Masagami. We think that they finished 4th. We'll give you confirmation in a few moments. Brings to the end a valiant CoCo Ruff effort. Monty Ugelli finishes on 13 not out, along with Welly Tamatimu on 8. Top scorer for the Kiwis, Mani Fatu Ti. With the ball, excellent stuff from Nazir Shinwari, 2 for 14 off 3 overs. That was a crucial spell. Wickets also for Khawaja Muhammad Ali, Gus Sloan and James Widdestrom. A really good game here. The Kiwis really gave it a good nudge for a lot of the game. They looked right in there. couldn't quite follow it up with a bat due to the regular pressure and wickets from Western Swingers. The Australia champs emerged victorious with 3 wins out of 3, and they finished up in 4th spot in the standings behind Santon Royals, the second 11, and Masagami. Those are the 4 sides that have played 3, won 3, taken out maximum points. The only other team with a 100% record, Bomb Squad, in 5th spot. There's all to play for in the round of 16s tomorrow. Lots of top teams still involved. But a terrific game there, Andy, just as we look at that scorecard, which we've already gone through. Top scorer, Mani Fatutiai, who had a massive 6 in that 19, but just the regular wickets is what made the difference there, and especially the bowling of Nazir Shinwari with a fine spell.
Yeah, the Swingers did it pretty comfortably in the end there and locked up that bonus points win. I think they'll be pretty confident going into tomorrow. They'll be keeping a close eye on this draw as that gets posted soon, about who their opposition will be tomorrow. So big day of action ahead tomorrow here.
And thanks once again to the Mudgera Bar, Narang Cricket Club and all their staff, ground staff, everyone behind the scenes and helping serve the food and the drink. It's been a fantastic day of LMS T20 action, or T15 action as it has been today. We look forward to you all joining us tomorrow when the business end of the tournament starts with fine weather for the last 3 days and we enter the knockout stages.